Welcome back to the boundary line, guys. We've had a very eventful week in the IPL. This time, another record has been broken again by SRH, and what a beautiful match, guys. Do we want to start by talking about that match?
Yeah, we have to.
I think Nilay doesn't want to because he's an RCB fan and he's been in a headache since
And he was
since the start of the season, but it's just getting worse and
My
worse.
migraine has not gotten over since RCB has started. I think it's since the auction. They have bought players worth 47 crores that are sitting on the bench. So I don't know I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand the strategy. I think we're repeating the first episode again. My prediction earlier was that they'll finish bottom four. I think they're going to finish last, and I'm very, very glad. I want them to offload all the fucking players this year. Go only retain one player, Virat Kohli, their orange cap holder.
Bro,
that's the issue. If they play well, then they offload that player. So no one playing well, so they might not offload the players.
bro, imagine the carnage if Virat Kohli goes in the mega auction.
The team is over. I mean, there is no one left. I think RCB as a franchise is famous till now is because of Virat Kohli. Otherwise, there's no reason to follow.
Speaking of which, that बेचारा इतना मेहनत कर रहा है, इतना रन मार रहा है, ये सब कर रहा है और आरसीबी bowling ऐसी जा रही है. I think in that match, na Virat Kohli should have only bowled. I think it would have still been better than the economy most of our bowlers were getting in that match.
Reece Topley has gone for 68 runs in 4 overs. People talk about Virat's strike rate. This is the strike rate that they should be talking about. Virat's strike rate will always fail in comparison to what they're doing. What are they even bowling, yaar? What is that lineup?
Absolutely no.
You are benching Cameron Green, you have gotten for 17.5 crores from Mumbai. Maxwell, I understand, going through a terrible, terrible phase. Siraj deserves the bench, very honestly. But just in general, like, I don't know, their bowling, their batting, everything has just gone for a toss this season. Nothing is clicking. And I am very happy being an RCB fan about this. I think they deserve this treatment this year.
But what do you think is we've spoken about the bowling and what is going wrong, like at the management level, according to you? What is really going wrong?
Nothing bad, bro. This is shit.
Okay, what I feel is that they lose the tournament at the auction itself. They don't have enough good quality Indian players. The team is always backed by good foreign players. If you see Padikkal and KL Rahul, if they would have retained him till date, then they might have even won or close to again a final. They would have come to a final at least.
Right.
And I think it's fair. I mean, the auction part, of course, comes back to the support team and everything. And I think the talent scout that RCB has is not someone who's inexperienced. You know, he's played T20 leagues in Tamil Nadu. He's played for multiple teams in first class and everything. And ऐसा नहीं है कि experience नहीं है. बंदे को experience है. He's been with the team since a long time. But just recently, I read that Shrikant was also criticizing कि यार ये RCB के talent scout ने किया क्या है? I mean, you go to look at it. Just in one of the episodes earlier, we were discussing all these uncapped players and how they've really stood up in this particular IPL. RCB is one team where there's absolutely nothing. There is no such story.
What RCB can do, they can learn from CSK or MI is what I feel is MI backs their local boys a lot. I don't see RCB backing their any local boys. In Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy for Karnataka, they play well and they play at Chinnaswamy only, but there's no player from that Karnataka team in the RCB 11 or even 15. Right. And Chennai backs their players for seasons, which RCB doesn't do.
Right.
You're talking about Chinnaswamy, bro. It's a crazy stat. RCB has done well every time they've not played in Chinnaswamy. Every time they've not had to play.
It's the only time they have qualified.
Bro, exactly. All the IPL tournaments where RCB has actually gone till the deep, barring probably one or two maybe, RCB has done that in years where we've not played in India or where we've not played in Bangalore, for example. 2017 mein, they won 1 out of 7 home games.
Bro, there's a reason for that.
Right now also the score is the same.
The reason for that is that their bowling lineup cannot sustain at Chinnaswamy. It is not possible. You have to have world-class top bowlers to defend or even set a decent target for you to chase or defend it. But these guys are just horrible. Their strategy has failed throughout. The only strategy they're good at, guys, is fucking social media strategy. That's what they can do very well in. Reach they're around 3rd or 4th in Asia's top sports teams. That's the only thing they're good at. And that's just because they have Virat Kohli. Let's just be very honest. Virat Kohli, that's the only reason. There's no other reason for them to even be there.
I mean, Vijay Mallya was once upon a time, but not anymore.
But I mean, yeah, अलग ही scene चल रहा है.
So I don't know if you guys know, but today is IPL's 17th
Yeah.
anniversary, right? The first match of IPL, Calcutta versus Bangalore, and Brendan McCullum hit them for 158.
Carnage.
17 years later, and we're still talking about the same thing. Like RCB bowling has always been shit. I mean, of course, Hyderabad at the other end, everyone is in crazy form,
Correct.
but this is just atrocious, like literally maddening.
The way now RCB is continuing to bowl, I think we should really replace them with like bowling machines or something, bro. I think that will be like a better choice in the games.
Bowling machines are also tough, bro.
That's also true. That is also true. I mean, we're practicing against it for a reason. But to be very honest, if Siraj honestly continues to bowl like this ना, वो पेजी ऐप में वो इधर स्कैन कर लो सब कर रहे हैं ना, वही बकवास करना पड़ेगा उसको एक टाइम के बाद, वो ऐसी बॉलिंग करता रहेगा तो.
Maxwell is no better. Huh? He's come here to spend time in a sasural. That's what he's come here to do. He's not going to do anything. I'm very glad he's taken a break. Like, he needs one, and fucker will now. I hope he doesn't come for Australia and turn up and plays well in the World Cup.
You know,
This form should continue of his. Being an Indian supporter, I feel like that.
I saw this meme on Instagram saying that RCB is so bad, even Congress will beat them, which is, I mean,
Coming back to that, match again and shifting the focus from the pathetic RCB bowling to the batting that we saw in that match from the other side. It was absolutely insane.
insane. I mean, Travis Head, I don't know what he's on. That dude is just going mad. Like, firstly, he looks like a French porn star for some reason. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't look like a cricketer at all. You just feel like he's gonna. And here he is just whacking everyone like left, right, and center.
I feel Travis Head is like now Chris Gayle. If तुम उसे out नहीं करेगा तो मैच जिता के लेके जाएगा.
On Pornhub, there should be a video there of Travis Head versus India.
Let's
Us in the WTC final. Yes, fucked us in the World Cup final. He's fucking every bowler in IPL, and now I'm hoping nowhere else. Now I'm done. I cannot take any more fucks now.
No, hopefully Head, the performance will drive down when he goes to the US. Hopefully. But anyway, yeah, I mean, coming back to the Chris Gayle point, he surprisingly looks up to Chris Gayle. Apparently, he mentioned that the 45 number on his jersey is because he draws inspiration from Chris Gayle. And if you notice, after he scored the century and everything, also his celebration was...
Same celebration as Chris
What's
Gayle.
that, man?
That's tribute, bro, to Chris Gayle.
Tribute to Chris Gayle. Man, I mean, whatever said and done, Chris Gayle has entertained us, and how. And at a time when the games were never this fast.
Had he been in RCB 288 was chased down, boys.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And I mean, okay, chalo, the game has become, fast. We're seeing like ODI scores in
T20,
matches
yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
everything. And it's crazy. And how much of a role do you think the whole impact player rule is playing out here?
It's made the game more entertaining for sure. 200 is now a normal score. 220, 230 is also normal. Above 230, then it's tough.
I understand it being interesting or it making the game very entertaining, but don't you think that it just eliminates the point of a all-rounder altogether completely?
I completely agree
People
with
don't
that.
get to bowl now. Or Shivam Dubey or Washington Sundar, like what Rohit said on one of a particular show, he said that now Shivam Dubey and Washington Sundar don't get to bowl because they are not needed. They are literally used as a pure batsman. So having an all-rounder ability now is diminishing because people will always migrate towards doing one specialized thing, so that the chances of playing increase. I think it hampers the game in general. Entertainment-wise, crowd-wise, I understand.
Correct. Only for entertainment
Yeah,
purpose,
but
because
not-
ICC doesn't have the same set of rules. So to play for India, you need an all-rounder who needs to bowl and bat as well.
Yeah, I mean, currently, like, there are, of course, like a lot of players whose roles, because of, the format of the game is diminishing. Like, for example, Shivam Dubey is, yes, one of them. Even Rahul Tewatia, I think, being pushed down, and so is Venkatesh Iyer being pushed. I mean, they're playing like at the finisher levels, and I think not even getting an opportunity to really like do much with the bowling and everything also. So yeah, I mean, national selection wise, theek hai, shayad takleef aayega, but like from the game perspective, and from, even if you look at it from the player management perspective, what do you think of
That's what I was just coming to that. I mean, I just want to draw parallels to football and cricket as a game, right? In football, a substitute kind of makes sense because you can actually tactically tweak the entire game by making some changes. In cricket, it doesn't have that much of an effect because you kind of already know what is going to happen. You have this player already ready to do this particular job, so
Correct.
everyone knows about it.
But for the
But
player,
but just
Sorry.
going back from what Simi asked me about player management, I also feel it's a great way for you to preserve your experienced players, or players who are really not maybe excelling at one thing but excelling at other. It gives you an edge for entertainment purposes, and also as a team strategy, right? It can always kind of swing the match in your favor. So I think there are both sides to it,
Yeah.
and we need. But the only challenge, like what Varun pointed out, because ICC doesn't have this rule, what's going to happen to the future of cricket as a game? That's I think a
In
much
India.
broader question.
but I think for players it is such a good thing, bro. It's like how we used to play as kids, gully cricket mein.
Correct.
आओ batting karo, fielding mat karo, ghar jao. For Joss Butler, what did he do the other day? He's come, he's put his legs up, watched the entire bowling.
But I tell you what, I think that diminishes the value, because if as an impact sub the pressure increases, because then you have to perform. If you're not performing as an impact sub, say versus an all-rounder, if you're not batting but if you're bowling well, or the other way around, you still have a way of being in the team. But if as an impact sub,
It is the same amount of pressure even for a regular player also.
you don't
I
understand,
think that's
because
different.
see, it's like, again, drawing parallel to football, if you're a striker, your job is to score goals. If you're a midfielder, if you're not scoring goals but you're doing other things, it's fine. But as an impact sub, if you're a batsman coming in, you have to score. If you're not scoring for 3, 4, 5 matches,
But I mean, that's the case. Like even regular players have their own roles and everything. So both
Even
the
if you're in the
roles are
playing
defined.
11, you don't score for 3-4 matches, you have the same amount of pressure.
Like for example,
versus having a specialized all-rounder, say like Hardik Pandya, for example, or Jadeja, if you are not performing with the bat, but if you're picking up wickets or if you're really good with the ball, then you still have a role in the team. Otherwise, you don't. So that's all I mean by having an increased pressure on you to perform that specialized job that you are in the team for.
fair enough. But I think from a player management perspective, it also makes a lot of sense. Not only like if I think of it from the national team perspective, also like Surya Kumar has just come out of an injury. Even Lokesh Chawla has just come out of an injury. And like managing their workload becomes a little easy. Like ठीक है
That's
उनको
true.
एक ही innings खिलाओ, दूसरा innings थोड़ा rest करवा दो. So I mean I think Surya Kumar
Yeah.
has also come as an impact sub in a couple of games if I'm not wrong.
He did, and that's my entire point. Like when an experienced player like a Butler or a Surya walks in, right? He doesn't have to field. He just has to go there and bat, and it's just giving him more match time, preventing him from injuries while fielding also, right? Like
Exactly,
when he
yeah.
was on the field and he was still 100% not fit, he's 95% there. There's a 5% chance that he could have gotten injured during fielding. What this impact rule does is beautiful, right? Just you have to sit for your fielding innings, come bat, do your job. That's perfect
That's,
from a
yeah, makes
for a
sense.
player who is not fit, and even from a strategy perspective, I think I'm for the rule. I understand a few people having the concerns that all rounders don't get selected, but eventually the quality of the game is increasing, right? You're having a good matchup where top 6-7 batters are facing top 6-7 bowlers. I understand the all-rounder perspective, but the matchups are going to get more and more interesting as the season goes along.
But if that was the same rule with ICC, then I would have been for it. But if the rule is not same, then I would be against it. As what Satanshu pointed, that comparison between football and cricket. Football, all tournaments have the same rule. You see, national club level, everyone has the same rule of subs.
Correct, yeah.
But only IPL is the only tournament who has that rule. So if it is made universal, then I'm for it.
I mean, if I'm not wrong, Big Bash was the first league that introduced this rule initially, and they faced backlash and they kind of removed it. And now IPL has introduced it, and like now again there is a section of the audience or the critiques who are kind of against it, because of probably the same reason. So
To be honest, I think IPL is the most cash-rich place, and being the script writers that BCCI, probably is. I think it could stick. It could stick.
You just want entertainment. हर मैच 250 तो बनने चाहिए.
बनने चाहिए.
Full broadcast money comes to us, boys. Fuck everybody. I don't care. हम लोग खेलते हैं, हम लोग पैसा लेके आएंगे.
That's why these players come to India, man.
No
That's
shit.
their.
But I mean, ठीक है, चलो. Impact Sub has definitely, I think, created a lot of entertainment for us, and that is very, very valid. And of course, like you saying that the matchup even gets more interesting and everything. And I think we saw in that match with CSK where Pathirana came and he took 4 wickets and he absolutely, crumbled the chance for the opposition. So I think to some extent, yes, it allows for like a little more, a little more dynamic scenario
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
comes to like the
little
game
drama.
and everything. It becomes
Yeah.
a little less predictable
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of कि क्या होगा. Like you said, impact सब अगर अपना काम नहीं कर रहा है तो वो तो मतलब
खत्म, yeah, खत्म है.
ठीक है. So we've come to an establishment that ठीक है, there are pros and cons like in everything. But I mean, bro, impact player, I'm at the moment for it.
I am 110% for it. I wanted to be in this T20 World Cup, and my impact sub is MS Dhoni. I want to take him,
That would be
let him come down, just for the cheers, just for the madness. I wanted to come and just whack 3-4 sixes and get go out.
बोले
I want him my
जो
finisher.
Bro, but talking about those 3-4-6s, the way he's budge out Pandya, it is
poor Pandya, man. Poor
Boys,
Pandya.
it was 5 minutes of sheer madness. People didn't care who they were supporting. That crowd was 50-50 split, whatever you could see on screen. Voice was insane in the stadium. Noise was just, the stadium was through the roof, the noise.
apparently the record for highest decibel level recorded.
131 or something.
Yeah.
But they just went absolutely nuts, yeah. Just Dhoni and Wankhede and hitting a six just has that
It's
feeling that
Dhoni,
nothing
man.
else can
Dhoni.
give.
same length ball which Pandya bowled. Oh God, it deserved to be hit for a six.
I don't care. Dhoni is
That
hitting it.
doesn't
I'm very
matter,
happy.
yeah.
The way Sunil Gavaskar and Kevin Peterson have budge out Hardik's case for that match, it's insane. Sunil Gavaskar has outright said this was pathetic bowling. This is average bowling. Like, who does this kind of bowling? He needs to probably learn it from someone, bro.
But he's not a death over bowler, bro. Why did he go and bowl the last over?
Guys, I'm tired of shitting on Hardik Pandya. Please, we are done. Dusted. That topic is done. Folded. Over.
No, but I have a random question. I mean, of course, Kevin Peterson was also criticizing, and so was Sunil Gavaskar criticizing the fact that, you know, he stuck to his plan A, which was to Shivam Dubey not bowl any, like, you know, spinners or anything like that, because he, of course, smashes them. But he was smashing the pace bowlers as well. Now, I want to ask you, if you were in his position, would you have tried to change the strategy a little bit?
Sorry, but Hardik Pandya ka gun phat gaya. Like, he had to bowl a fucking spinner, bro. How could you not? How could you stick to that strategy when you're getting whacked? It's the same story again where Mumbai against RCB don't bowl Bumrah. He's just scared. I don't think he's taking those bold calls as a captain. But credit to Dhoni, I feel, in all of this. Like, the way he has controlled the bowling behind the stumps also in all of this. He's come and whacked it. I think at 42 also that man has it.
Bro,
Yeah.
insane. It's absolutely insane.
I think what I like the most about Dhoni is he's always changed with time.
Correct.
Like when he was younger, he was much more aggressive, and you've always seen him transition to a more and more mature player, letting the team do the work, and still coming in and adding that little value, that little X factor. And that man is
So he's
something.
a true impact
Yeah, he's a
player.
true impact
Yeah,
player.
it's
Like, he's
just a-
coming.
Aura of that man, yeah.
Yeah.
They had posted a reel of him walking into Wankhede, touching the ICC, the
Ah.
World Cup trophy of 2011. I was like, yeah, this is the fields. It's just hitting right in the fields.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
And I
yeah.
think to a great extent, he's playing a similar role. You know, like TK, initially we discussed that he's like a number 8 batsman in the batting order and everything, but he still changes. He still comes whenever needed, whenever required. I
उसने
remember.
मन में सोचा 18 ओवर होगा, 18 ओवर के बाद विकेट गिरेगी तो ही मैं आऊंगा, 2-3 छक्के मारूंगा, मेरा काम हो जाएगा, उसके पहले मुझे आना ही नहीं है.
Bro, just imagine फिर भी कितना impact वो create करता है.
Exactly.
4 balls, 20 runs.
It's insane.
Strike
We
rate of
lost,
500.
we lost by 20 runs. Bombay lost by 20 runs. And so even at this age, even like having those small moments, he's making such huge impact. I mean, that dude is just something. I think he's reaching Rajnikant level in Chennai, especially.
Bro, the same saliva, bro. The
Saliva.
same things are used again anyway. But you know, it's crazy. I was listening to one of these ex CSK players ka interview, and he was like, you know, the way Dhoni is, like, you know, sometimes he's very chill and he's very relaxed and everything, and like, you know, he takes split decisions also sometimes. And a lot of times what used to happen in the dressing room was like, okay, someone else is batting and the order has already been decided and everything. Suddenly Dhoni will pad up, read the situation of the game, read the game, whatever, and just be like, you said, I'm going, and just go.
Same as the 2011 World Cup final,
Yeah.
where Yuvraj was set to go, but just because Muralidharan was bowling, he is like, मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई.
And what a decision, bro. I mean, that man has some insane amount of capability to read the game.
And also take that responsibility and charge. You know, I'm going to take care of this. Like always
Absolutely.
leading from the front, never shying away.
No, and I love that he has that Gaan Mein Masti also.
Yeah.
Like he was sending Jadeja out, like he just teased everybody
Yeah.
the entire crowd. Jadeja's Parada walked out, he's taken a U-turn and MS has walked out. And one of the CSK players said also that this was actually MS's thing. Like he asked Jadeja to do this just to tease the crowd a bit. Just love for that man, yaar. It's just nothing else but love.
What a guy, man. But now, I mean, looking at Dhoni, there is, of course, another keeper who's suddenly blown our minds, who was also very, very young. He's only 38 years old. Bro, what a game. And again, against Mumbai only. Dinesh Karthik, bro. What
I love it.
What a
And against SRH, oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah, he almost
Because of him only, they lost by 25 runs.
Yeah. I
Otherwise,
mean,
it would have been more than 100.
I think there was a point where had he gotten support from the other end, they might just have pulled off a miracle because the way he was going at it, it was too good.
सोचा अगर अच्छा वर्ल्ड कप आ रहा है तो चल परफॉर्म कर लेते हैं ये टाइम.
So it was crazy. I mean, that time he was playing really well against Mumbai, and I think Rohit Sharma पीछे से was shouting also something related to World Cup.
वर्ल्ड कप आ रहा है.
And then in the next match also he played very well against SRH. And then in an interview or something like that, he said like one captain was pushing me for the World Cup. So I hope that captain also saw this. It's crazy. But okay, coming to that question, of course we know that Indian team selection is around the corner. Anytime now, we're expected to hear the T20
Deadline is 1st May.
First May,
First,
second
second
May,
May.
yeah.
So we're not very, very far away. Who are we choosing as our wicket keeper?
For me, it's a personally for me, I think I would go for Rishabh Pant is my top pick. Just coming back from the accident, whatever has happened, man has been on fire since he's come back. It doesn't matter stumping, captaincy wise, batting wise. I think everything is just on point. Doesn't look like he's been out of the game. Second controversial pick would be Sanju Samson for me. I think,
Yeah,
I
even
think
I'm for.
I
Samson,
really
yeah.
think that this is the year that he will play really well. He's captaining RR very well, top of the table side.
Top
Just
class.
that confidence which transfers into the tournament. I think he'll bring that into the World Cup for us, and I think we need that X factor in us.
But to be very honest, I think we have Ishan Kishan also, who's come back and performed
He's
like a
pushing
boss.
the doors because he's performed.
But boys, the problem with Ishan is that I don't see him opening, right? There's no place for an opener. Ishan is not going to play down the order. So it automatically kind of eliminates him because you need somebody middle order keeper batsman. That's why Rahul is also not in contention on opening spots.
Who do you think are going to be our openers?
I'm backing Jaiswal and Rohit.
Jaiswal and Rohit.
Yeah, and I want Kohli to be 1 down and Sky following 2 down.
What about you?
I mean, Rohit, of course. But, I mean, Jaiswal hasn't been in the best form this year so far. Yeah, lately. So, I don't know. Yeah, but right now, I don't see any other clear.
At the moment, absolutely shipping Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as openers.
As openers.
You know why that does wonders to the team? You can get in Dubey, Rinku, all of these kids who are performing right now. You can actually fit them into the team.
Bro, it would actually be insane. Imagine we open with Virat Kohli and Rohit. We send 1 down, of course, Surya
Sky.
Kumar, and 2 down Shivam Dubey. Bro, I think that's a
That's
brilliant top order.
I think we need Virat 1 down because just in case we lose an early wicket, he can still kind of hold on and anchor the innings.
And I think
That's-
other
that-
players
that
also.
gives Jaiswal the free
think,
hand.
I think, yeah, and yeah, that gives Jaiswal the free
Yeah,
hand
do
to really like go after it. And even Rohit Sharma to really like go after the bowling.
And also, I still think that we have Shubman Gill in the contention as well.
Shubman is a backup opener.
He's
I
a
feel.
backup opener, yeah, for sure.
Like if Jaiswal is a backup opener, Shubman is one level below Jaiswal, I feel right now. So if these two are opening, then Shubman is the backup opener. Then Virat comes 1 down, then Sky, then your Pant, Rinku.
Okay, so middle order. Who's going to fill up the middle order? Of course, Pant is if Pant is the wicket keeper that we're going with. Pant is one of the wicket
Yeah,
keepers.
Pant for sure.
Huh.
Then I would pick Rinku. Rinku has to be the finisher.
Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go 3, 4, 5. Okay. So number 3 is Sky. 4 can be either between Dubey or Pant.
If Jaiswal is not playing, then 4 Dubey. If
Correct,
Rohit
yeah.
Kohli opening,
Correct,
Sky
correct, correct.
third, then Dubey 4th.
So number 5 is Pant. Number 6 is Hardik. Number 7 I would give to Jaddu for me.
Yeah.
Number 8 is, then you go down to your bowlers because there's no impact sub out here.
Let's
Wait. I have a this thing. Do you think they'll take Hardik in this form?
100%. Hardik Pandya is the X factor that we need, the impact sub that we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. He is that impact sub for us because he can bowl and bat,
Yeah.
and that's why they're asking him to,
To bowl.
for
Yeah.
MI as well.
Yeah, I know.
That's the reason why he's bowling right now, to prove that,
that he can play.
that he can bowl, because there were rumors that he's not bowling because he was injured.
Yeah,
so
he's back, yeah.
just to blow that out of water, he started bowling for MI as well.
Now he has, no, they have set a criteria that you
He
need
has
to
to
bowl
bowl.
Correct.
He has
to
to
come
bowl.
into the 11.
But he's not bowling
So much.
well.
And not,
yeah.
of course, not that well. But maybe that's right now. But if you still go to look at it, I mean, who do we have as an option for all-rounder who bowls pace and does this kind of, power hitting and batting? I mean, Shivam Dube is, of course, one of them. We're already considering him that he could, perhaps be a good addition to the team. And then it's Shardul Thakur.
Thakur is a good option, and one more is Venkatesh Iyer.
He's not opening. He's not playing for CSK, boys. Thakur is not coming into this World Cup squad. There is no chance.
Okay, tell me something. यार अपने bowlers कौन है?
Bowlers, it's very interesting. Okay, I think Bohm picks himself. Kuldeep picks himself.
Really? Kuldeep picks himself?
Kuldeep picks himself. Just
Definitely.
DC what he's
Definitely.
playing right now. His entire
Yeah.
game has
Definitely.
changed since he started crying in IPL. I think that self motivation really helped him out there.
I would also pick
But-
Arshdeep.
Arshdeep is a pick. The interesting is who's the third pacer, because Shami is not there.
What do you think about Mukesh?
I love him. I love Mukesh Kumar for
don't
some
think he's
reason.
I don't think so. He doesn't deserve to be
I
in the
don't
World
think
Cup
he's
squad.
ready
bro.
yet. Like, I mean, I would honestly be confused between Mukesh and Bhuvneshwar.
Bhuvi coming back into
Bhuvi.
the squad is not possible. I don't think. I think
it's a long shot, but experience.
I think he's done. They took him for the 21 World Cup also. No result really came out of it. So I think that chapter is closed. I think they will go for a young pacer or a new pacer. Maybe Mayank, if he comes back from the injury and starts playing well.
No,
Too
too
soon.
soon. No chance.
Too soon, I agree, but
No
just,
chance.
They took Varun Chakravarti. There's no chances to done only.
What do you
They've
think
taken
about
Varun
Deepak Chahar?
Chakravarti.
What do you guys feel about Deepak Chahar
I
as a third pacer?
That's actually interesting.
I don't rate him very highly right now. I feel that
But he's a great opening bowler along with like Bumrah or even Arshdeep for that matter.
correct. But okay, pacers is one debate that is still open. I think the spinners. What do you all think about Chahal?
100%. He's a wicket
He's
taker.
lost his contract, but I think that just based purely on form and experience, you should take experience out there.
Yeah.
Plus, West Indies is anyway slow conditions, spinning track.
Western, correct.
West Indies, sorry, we are playing in New York,
Yeah.
but I don't know what those pitches will be like. We have no idea.
That is
But
true.
they're saying it will be slow and similar condition to the West Indies. So I think we can pick Chahal,
Yeah.
Kuldeep, as I said. Jaddu is always
Of course.
one of the top spinners out there
Yeah.
we have.
I think Chahal is also like a smart enough bowler to kind of play to the conditions, and he can get you because that's like his biggest-
Right.
That
And
is true.
Akshar can also be in contention because he bats also really well. Maybe they might decide from the
But
four
I
of
think
the
it'll
lot.
be either Jaddu or Akshar. It's
Yeah.
very like right now we have enough spin options
Yeah.
to avoid taking both, and we also have enough all-rounder options to avoid
We
taking
can
both.
only take 15 boys. Don't forget.
Alright, so I think we've had a very interesting discussion that started from RCB, of course, again, as usual, and I won't be surprised if next week we're probably doing the same thing. But we moved on to, of course, the brilliant SRH batting and the record that was broken. We discussed the boss, the Thalaiva, Dhoni, and we, of course, gave our predictions and our thoughts on, what perhaps the T20 World Cup team is going to look like. So I'm going to encourage all of our viewers to actually engage in this discussion with us and write down your top 15 players for the T20 World Cup squad in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Please follow the boundary line and stay tuned.